the cartridge. He was really helpful and even said what the biggest sellers were. He let me try one while we were there, which I loved.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
That was really great. I mean, I appreciated that too, because there was a moment where I wasn't sure if that was something I even wanted to go into. But, you know, it was the selling point. So I loved it. I loved the shop. It's super clean, super nice.
Everything is clearly labeled and displayed.
Parking sucks.
Parking does suck.
But that's Logan Square. Yeah.
It's right on Milwaukee.
Yeah. It's always going to be that way. It's impossible to beat the to get good parking in that area. But one more thing I want to mention about the shop.
Sure.
Because this was by far, and it still is sticking with me, and I don't know why. I just thought it was super great. After we made our purchase, and he gave us a discount for signing up, and, you know, all of these great little perks, he literally offers us a beverage. Would you like some water or something else? And I thought, man, Target, if you would do this every time I would go to your store, I'd turn that $200 into $400
easily
in a heartbeat, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would be all over that. So missed opportunity, Target. Missed opportunity is all I'm going to say. And I saw that they're now selling CBD in like local drugstores. Did you see this?
I did.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't think this is going to sound probably biased, but it's my opinion. I don't know once it's mass produced how great it's going to be. It's kind of like one of those things where people are so used to going to CBD centered shops. Like,
agreed.
Like, I mean, it's like if you go to a makeup store, you go to MAC, you go to Sephora, you go to somewhere that knows what they're selling.
I think also too, when something goes to a drugstore versus, you know, like a Sephora or a CBD shop in this case, I think there's a quality that gets notched down a bit. Do you know what I mean? I've always felt like there's a suffering of quality that occurs when you have...
Because they're trying to mass produce it now.
It's the word that I was looking for, mass produce. And I think you lose... I'm not even sure how they're mass producing that. I mean, I guess there's a shit ton of, you know, weed in the market.
Oh my God.
I don't know that it's impossible to mass produce it, but it seems like it's such a arduous task.
Yeah, because you're extracting it. So.
And everything I've ever watched on it, like there's a Hulu show called Weedakit. And it is this show, and the first thing they talk about is CBD oil in kids and how they're giving it to kids to, you know, help with cancer or anxiety or autism and things, pain, general, just everything, right? So one girl in particular who has autism on the show is given it, and it completely changes her. It makes her, you know, able to get through these symptoms. But as I'm watching this, I also learned the process of CBD oil and how insane it is to get just a small amount from a whole lot of weed, like a whole lot. So it's a really interesting show. It's on Hulu. I highly recommend watching it.
I have to check it out.
It's very informative. And not just in CBD. I mean, then they go into weed and they go into
the benefits and stuff about that.
They go into not just that, but they even go into a point where they go to, gosh, I don't want to say the wrong country, but they go to a different country. And people think they're there not for drugs, but they think they're there for like jewels or something. And they almost take them hostage. So it's this really interesting show. I mean, it's really, really interesting. I've enjoyed every episode so far. The host is really well-traveled, well-spoken, he's knowledgeable, well-rounded. That's the word. Like, I love the guy. So highly recommend it. Weedakit, Hulu. I'm going to move on from that now.
Okay.
So, with that said, I think the CBD shop was
a good experience.
It was a success. Our little field trip went well. We're actually probably going to a different CBD shop today to try out just other shops because we don't, you know, we're not going to try to throw all our eggs in one basket. We'll try it out. Whoever we end up liking more at the end of the day is where we're going to go, and we'll keep you posted on that too. Yeah, we may. We actually may post something about what we're buying on Instagram. We are super close, though, with that said, to our little Patreon being ready. Oh, yeah. It has been a labor of love at this point to set it up. If you would have told me that Patreon was this intricate to set up. I would have never believed it. There's so
I wouldn't have believed it either.
many pieces to put together and so much thought that has to go into every single part of it. But I've been enjoying it. I get really excited when I talk about it and start to work on
Chrissy,
it.
you do.
I love it. I love it. Anything that's creative, that whole marketing brain just clicks on. It's like, ooh, we can do this or we can do that. So we're getting really close. And when we do, we'll start sharing videos and photos that we will not be sharing on the gram. The exclusives will go on Patreon. We will let you guys know when it's live, possibly next show.
Possibly.
We may be there. We're getting pretty close.
It'd be a nice goal to hit.
Heck yeah. And our Discord would be up with it. So it would be a private Discord for our friends and our, fans and our, hell, even family might jump in on there. And we will jump in all the time and chat with everybody. So it'll be a nice, fun-loving, really kind of twisted, fucked up community.
Who doesn't want that?
I'm telling you, it's better than Christmas. All right, so let's talk about the week.
How was your week?
How was your week?
Oh my gosh.
I have a long list of crazy, so I'm going to let you take the week first and talk about your week, and then we'll go into mine, because mine is chaos and kittens. It's out of control.
Well, this week, obviously you guys know, suffering from a cold, but I did have a taste for Chinese food, and decided to go elsewhere than my usual spot for Chinese. I said, you know what? This place has got 5 stars, something different. I'm open to different. So go pick up my food, eat the subpar Chinese, which was a little disappointing. But what made it so much better was the fact that on the way out, I happened to see an older gentleman walking. But what caught my attention was the fact that he had 2 chains. I'm sorry. See, I'm getting too excited about this. 2 canes that were chained together.
Did the 2 canes,
I can't believe it, but.
Did the 2 canes have 2 chains?
No, it didn't. It had one
what
chain.
What a missed opportunity.
But I just thought to myself, I said, imagine, he would be on YouTube somewhere or, on a meme somewhere. But this was so funny because I was like...
So when you're saying old guy, how old are we talking here?
Probably 70s.
We're talking older. Grandpa old.
Yeah.
So grandpa old with his 2 canes, 2 chains.
And he was...
1 chain. That sucks. I really wanted to have 2 chains.
I know. And I'm thinking to myself... Now, the plaza where the Chinese food place was and where this older gentleman was walking... was next to the Blue Line CTA stop in Jefferson Park.
Okay.
I'm thinking, man, is it that bad that people, maybe he'd forget. I'm hoping for the best. I'm thinking maybe he'll forget his cane, so it's chained. And that's why he's chained.
But he had 2 canes, too.
Just in case, though.
But wait a minute. One's a backup cane?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how it gets...
Maybe that's why he has 2 canes and a chain, because maybe he's this guy that sets down his cane everywhere he goes and just loses it.
That's what I'm saying. So the best part of me is hoping for the best at that. He is chaining the 2 canes so that he doesn't forget them. But then I was like, is it that bad of an area? Maybe someone's trying to take his canes.
Oh my God.
But it's not. So
oh my God. That would be the worst. Afraid
in
of
my
a
head,
cane
I'm
mugging.
going on and on about the story about this man with the 2 canes that are chained and how I wish it was 2 chains, 2 canes.
That's exactly what I wished.
But it wasn't. But that was one of the highlights of the randomness this week.
So I want to go back, though, to your 5-star Chinese place.
Okay.
So it has 5-star ratings, right?
Yes.
But you have to wonder, if the food is subpar,
what are they doing?
What are they doing? Why is it 5-star ratings?
I don't know. Another thing about the Chinese, there were exceptionally tall women walking in.
Wait.
Constantly.
Well, you're 5 feet tall, so most people are
I mean, I know.
Tall.
I know they are, but these ladies were I don't know, 5'9". No, I feel like that's maybe, I don't know if that's unusual, but for me, it was just these really tall women. And I was like, does that, what's going on here?
It was just into the land of the Amazons.
So then I was like, okay, well, maybe it has something to do with happy ending. in the
That
back.
the women are in there?
No. About the 5 stars.
Oh, maybe it is like it's doubling up as a massage parlor.
Who knows?
Maybe yeah, I don't know. It could be it, man.
I honestly, my mind was going off
I can
into
only
far
imagine.
places.
Into the depths of all the wrong and disgusting things that could happen in a Chinese
honestly,
parlor.
it's what happens
See
when...
what I just called it to a Chinese parlor.
I think the thing is, this is what happens when you try new things, right? You open yourself up to the craziness that is the world.
Maybe you should have gone back up and asked. So I understand this place is 5 stars. Your food, not so great. What do I get to make it a 5-star? Like, I would have inquired.
Oh.
You should have inquired. Missed opportunity.
True.
Now you're going to have to go back and suffer through shitty food.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
Unless I'm desperate.
Hey, we've all been there.
That's
have. A 2 a.m. desperate. If you can find, well, Chinese usually is not open that late.
No. They're usually closed, like 11, 12-ish? I feel like 11 is probably more likely.
I think so. What is your favorite go-to? Now that we've opened up that can of worms, I'm curious. What is your drunken go-to? Like, what is the place that every time you're just shit-faced that you're like, I need this, and you probably don't even need it. You just need to have it.
Oh, of course.
You take 2 bites and you pass out.
There's no reasoning with a drunk woman.
No, or drunk men too.
Oh,
for
yeah.
that matter. So that's universal.
Drunk person.
Drunk people. What is your go-to?
Oh boy, man, I would say 90% of the time I'm in the McDonald's. The McDonald's.
The McDonald's. Is that like what you call it when you're drunk? It's like Magic Mike's McDonald's.
Oh,
You
man,
go in
that'd be
there and
nice.
everybody like standing up at the drive-thru, grinding
Dancing.
into the window.
Hell yeah.
I want you guys to know I literally just did a whole grind motion
She did some
too.
gyrations.
I did some gyrations in my seat trying to like show Hope what I was talking about.
Definitely I'm in the McDonald's drive-thru and I'm ordering a McChicken or a McDouble with mac sauce.
With mac sauce.
But the one thing I have to have, and I will admit I have thrown a drunk girl tantrum over, is I need 2 chocolate chip cookies. If they give me
cookies you're a cookie girl.
I'm a cookie person. Like, I love chocolate chip cookies.
You do, because we go
They're
to
my
lunch,
vice.
and if there's a cookie in front of you, you order it.
I have to try it.
90% of the time, you get the cookie.
And for some reason, I feel like the McDonald's cookie is like laced with cocaine or something.
Oh my God.
Because I don't know, it's just like
those
so
cookies are now going to
soft
sell out,
and
and you're not going to be able
warm.
to get them.
Well, they should credit me for like
Helping their sales
Yeah.
boom.
I'll be the cookie
With your-
representative.
the cookie representative. I literally just imagined you standing in a McDonald's uniform from like the 60s or 70s, like holding a tray of
Hell
cookies.
yeah.
Unreal. This is going to be the best job switch ever.
So I need to have those cookies, and I have thrown tantrums before. There has been times where they're like, oh yeah, we have them. And of course, drunken me, I don't look in the bag to make sure that they're chocolate chip. No, I get stupid oatmeal raisin.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst
when
hoax
you're
in the world.
When you're trying, you're like, I'm going to have this delicious chocolate chip goodness cookie. And then you go and you bite it, and then you realize the texture of it is just so
No, it's even
rough
worse when
and
that chocolate
oatmeal-y.
chip turns into a raisin.
Oh my God. Like, I have the
think
fist. I
everybody
have my
can
fists
be-
up right now.
She is. She's pretty raged.
You can ask anybody that has definitely gotten drinks with me and have had a good time about my cookie situation with McDonald's.
I think that is the most ridiculously funny thing, but I can get behind the chocolate chip oatmeal thing. That is
that's
the worst.
Drunk or
ever.
not drunk.
Not exactly. That is the worst thing ever. But at least when you're sober, you can look at it and tell. Like, the minute you touch it, you can feel that it's not
You
even
can be like,
a
fuck
chocolate
this
chip.
oatmeal
You
cookie.
know it's oatmeal. But when you're drunk, they all feel and look the
Well,
same
yeah.
until you get that first bite and you're like, what the fuck is this? And then you're pissed, and then you're like, I'm going back there, but you know you're not because you're so drunk.
No.
And you're just passing out.
Or the person that's driving you is like, shut the hell up, I just got you food. You know?
That too.
So then my question is, what is your favorite drunken food?
Mine is so disgusting. I'm embarrassed to even say it. Like, I'm really embarrassed to say it.
Just say it.